Hey guys, it's the Vinyl Hunter back for a new episode. And last Friday, week ago last Friday, I was out over at a friend of mine's looking for some vinyl, and because I won a little bit of money in the lottery, so I decided to go buy some vinyl. So anyway, let's get to it right away. First up is, I've never had any of this stuff. I've always wanted it. Finally, I did pick up some Moby Grape, and this is from 1967, if I'm not mistaken. Just a great album from Moby Grape, and fantastic album. I don't know, a little more rocking, a little psych, just 60s, the way it should be. So Moby Grape, first up. And then, let's see here. I know there was one more in there. And then I got Grape Jam with Moby Grape. And this actually features Al Cooper and Michael Bloomfield. And I believe this one came out in, if I'm not mistaken, about 1968, 69, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check this. I don't know if it'll say on here. Of course it is on the Red Columbia label. Does not say, but I believe it's probably around 68, 69. Been trying to get more Moby Grape, finally. Finally picked some more up. 2 albums anyway. Some Moby Grape. From about 69, 70, somewhere in there. Good stuff. Up next, I did have this, but I picked up a better copy cover-wise. And I'm talking about the Rolling Stones with Sticky Fingers with the original zipper. Unfortunately, somebody opened this up, and I actually never knew this on the inside. I'll have to glue this back up. Andy Warhol if you open the zipper. But this is from 1971. So this copy replaces the other copy that I have. This is a much better version, much better cover, and vinyl is actually a lot better too. So I'm not into a lot of Rolling Stones. There are a few Stones albums I will buy. This is one of them. So anyway, Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. And then I gotta see if I can get to this. I know it's in here, and here it is right here. I was going through a bunch of my friend's albums, and this guy has a lot of 60s, 70s psych, maybe a little bit of 80s, not a lot. But I came across a bootleg of this Rolling Stones in concert, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this is like from 75 maybe, but I've never seen this before. He had it. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for this, but the vinyl's in good shape. Cover's in good shape for a bootleg, so I was happy to pick this up. Some Rolling Stones in concert. And then a couple more bootlegs I bought. After I bought a bunch of the vinyl, I was about ready to leave, and we were talking about some Iron Maiden. And had told him that I was just ready to complete my Iron Maiden set from 90 to the present on vinyl, and I didn't know that he was going to show me this, but before he did that, he showed me this one in Guns N' Roses bootleg, I Want to Watch You Bleed. I've never seen this before. It's 2 albums. It's on B&W Records. It's a promo. Made in Canada, so it says. So I was happy to get this 2 album set. Cover's not in bad shape. But I've never seen this. And it's got some of their songs that you're familiar with. Of course, this, you know, it says a division of Hermanos out of Bogota, Colombia, made in Canada, and but anyway, a Guns N' Roses bootleg. Very happy to get this. So yeah, good stuff here. And then what he wanted to show me was this Iron Maiden in concert, live concert. It was it's a complete concert performance recorded live in Manchester, England, on I think it's 3rd of April 1982. So this is a boot, of course. Nothing on the inners. Plain. You never know it was Iron Maiden unless you heard it. That's one of them. And then the other one is green inner. So I was happy to get this bootlegs. I have a few other bootlegs that I've never seen. I have one of Tom Petty that I've never ever seen anywhere else. I've never seen this, but I know they're out there. I was just glad to get this one. Iron Maiden in concert bootleg. And then was going through and I found this from I believe it was from 69, 68, and I'm talking about Ansley Dunbar Retaliation, and the album is called Dr. Dunbar's Prescription, and this has of course Ansley Dunbar, Victor Brox, Alex Wachowski, and John Mooreshead. It's on the Blue Thumb label. It's very psychic looking. Album's in very good shape, and it is, like I say, it's on Blue Thumb Records. Happy to get this. Find this anyway. Never see these. I've never seen this before. I knew it was out there. 60 Psych, hard rock. So anyway, here's some the Ansley Dunbar Retaliation. And then I was watching a video a couple weeks ago from a YouTube follower. This YouTube follower doesn't sell online, they only sell from their shop. And she showed this one, and you know, to be honest with you, I did not know that what I'm going to show you, this existed. I do have another copy of this, but without everything. But I picked up the Who Live at Leeds, which is on Decca Records. Came out in 1970, but the nice thing about this is it has all the inserts. I believe there are 11 total, which originally came with this, and I do have all 11. And while I was going through the albums, I came across, God, I think it was 4 other versions or 4 other albums of this. And of course, white label Decca Records. Not sure if the re-release is like this, but I know this is something I'm glad I found. I absolutely love this live, the Who album, and you know, let me see here, and it shows, I think the thing that's missing in most of these is the poster. Most people take the poster out there and put it on the wall, of course. The Who, Maximum R&B, Tuesdays at the Marquee. And I think this is actually missing from a lot of the originals. And at least the two I looked at my friends, these two were not in there. So I was happy to get that, of course. Comes with the original picture. And it's got all kinds of stuff in there. Delivery notes, agencies, EMI records, associates, notes, just a lot of good stuff in here. So I was happy to get this original live at Leeds from the Who on vinyl on Decca Records. Good stuff. And I never ever come across this stuff, and if I do, it's so highly priced. Even online, it's so highly priced. I about jumped out of my shorts when I seen this, and I finally picked up this Runaways, the Queen of Noise, from 1977 on Hologram Records, and the cover's in good shape. Got a little bend in this corner down here, but I'm not going to complain. I'm happy to pick this up. Of course, it's on Mercury Records, so I'm happy to finally have some Runaways on vinyl. Hopefully I can find some of their other stuff. But yeah, finally some Runaways, the Queen of Noise. And then I never see any of this stuff ever. And this is an original, talking about H.P. Lovecraft. And I believe this is just the title. Fairly, I mean, it's in really, really good shape. It is a gatefold. Of course, the vinyl slides in here. Has the original sleeve. And of course, it's on Phillips Records. And I'm not, I think this came out 71, 72, definitely Psych, I believe. I could be mistaken on that date, but see if I can find one on here. I don't think I'm going to find a year on this. But anyway, just happy to find some of this. If you do find some of it, it's usually going for a lot of money as well. And so yeah, just glad to get this. Like I say, I don't see a year on this, but I'm gonna say it was early 70s, maybe late 60s. H.P. Lovecraft. And finally picking up decent copies of Led Zeppelin, the fourth album, which I refer to as also. And I do believe this is an original. Double check here. It's got the original. Let's see here. Yes, it is an original from '71. So happy to pick this up, get some more Led Zeppelin. I used to have a bunch of Led Zeppelin in my collection, but unfortunately years ago I sold it off. And a lot of Led Zeppelin, I even had a boot, but finally picking up some more Led Zeppelin for my collection. And then in addition, I found Houses of the Holy. Decent cover, just a little bad spot up here. And I think this was like, what, from 72? 73. Also on the Atlantic Records. Vinyl's in pretty decent shape. So, in fact, I was just listening to this album in my truck today on CD. So, I haven't heard this in a while, so I threw it in the truck, and glad I got this. Looking for more. Gotta get it all, but it's going to take time, especially finding decent copies, decent covers, decent vinyl that is in good shape. But at least I came across these two, so 2 Led Zeppelins. And then I seen this, and I don't ever see this at all. It's a cutout. It's got a little bit of some guy's name on here, which I hate, but what do you do? Band called Gun. And I believe this came out in 1969, if I'm not mistaken. And this is Gunsight. Gun only, I believe, put out 2 albums, maybe 3. I think it was 2 albums, but was happy to see this. Of course, it's got the original inner sleeve, and it is on Epic. So I'm happy to pick up some Gun. Good stuff here. Most of what I buy from my friend is usually 60s, 70s stuff. Very rarely does he pick up any newer stuff. But the good thing is he's not selling it on Discogs during the summer, so I got a good selection to choose from, and I bought quite a bit from this guy. I've known him for years and years and years, and so anyway, here's some Gun. Up next, was finally happy to pick this one up, as I've been picking up more and more with Glenn Hughes and Dave Holland. Some more Trapeze. You Are the Music, We're Just the Band, and I believe this is the last remaining one that I needed with Glenn Hughes. I have the other 3. And this, of course, is on Threshold Records. Came out in 1972. This is a promo, actually. And, of course, it's on the white and purple Threshold label. So, happy to pick this up. Finally happy to see it, at least. So, I do have the other Trapeze after Glenn Hughes left, and so yeah, just very, very happy. And of course I got the original insert. Trapeze, You Are the Music, We Are the Band. And then picked up some more Roy Buchanan and his second album, which came out in 1973 on Polydor. And great blues influenced man here. He plays blues, rock. Too bad we lost him to alcoholism, but he left a good catalog, and this is the second one I have. I finally found on the Polydor label, Red Polydor. So if you've never ever heard Roy Buchanan, definitely pick some up. Loading Zone is my favorite from Roy Buchanan. It has a classic song, Green Onions, but this one is equally as good. Roy Buchanan. And then I finally found some more Pink Floyd. This, of course, is metal. And this one is from, I'm going to say, God, what year was it? 71? Yes, 1971. And just happy to get this. Gatefold edition. So anyway, hang on a minute, guys. Got to get this up. Get this one down. And we'll be right back into it. So yeah, some more Pink Floyd. And finally picked up some John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, and this is Hard Road from 1967. Of course, this has Ansley Dunbar, John McVie, Peter Green, and John Mayall. And cover's in fairly decent shape. I got a little tape up on this top here, but other than that, it's in very good shape. The vinyl, of course, not bad, very good shape. It's on the Blue London Stereophonic label. And I saw John Mayall here about 8 years ago at the Fargo Blues Fest, and wow, put on a fantastic show. And anyway, I was glad to finally pick up some John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. So good stuff here. And this one was kind of a blind buy. Never heard the band. I picked it up because of the cover, actually. And like I say, I've never heard of the band. And the band is called Fluff. P-H-L-U-P-H. Fluff. Definitely a psych album. Front cover's in fairly decent shape. Got a little bad spot down here. But in all, I think it's on the, let's see, the Verb label. Verb Records. I mean, the album is in immaculate condition, even though the cover is not. And like I say, it's on the Verb label. So yeah, definitely psych. And I think this one came out 68, 69, maybe right in that area. Sometimes, you know, a lot of those older albums don't really put the year they were released, so you got to search and find and look for it. And anyway, I'm sure it would have been down here, but this part is gone. But anyway, here is some Fluff, and it is their self-titled. So yeah, interesting stuff. And I got a couple more. And this is a Minnesota band. I've never seen this album. I do have a couple of their other later albums. These are just a killer rockin' boogie band from Minnesota in the 70s into the 80s, and I'm talking about the Levon Cranston band. This was released in 1976, and it is on the Shadow Records label out of Minneapolis. Damn good shape, except for one little minor. I'm sure there was a sticker up here, but I was happy to see this. Don't see this very often. Of course, the vinyl's in very good shape. Of course, you can see it's on the Shadow Record, that label. And yeah, just a killer boogie band from Minnesota. If you want to search them out, search for Levon Cranston and the Upper Mississippi Shakedown. Mainstay on the radio back in the early days of their career. And of course, Pat Hayes, very well known in this band. Bruce McCabe, who's gone on to do other things with blues artists. But yeah, I'm happy to pick this up. And last is, and I had this at one time, you don't see this very often, an original Doors LA Woman with the cellophane, the rounded corners, on Elektra Records. And this also has Jimmy Morrison on the cross on this yellow inner sleeve here. There are 2 different versions of this, I believe, but this is originally, I believe, the first one that came out, of course. And I had this at one time, and I don't think my copy that I had was in as good a shape as this. But anyway, I was just happy to finally see a copy of this. I have the other reissue of this, but I did not have this particular version of The Doors. Of course, this came out in 1971. One of my favorite albums from The Doors. Of course, one of my all-time favorite songs on here is The Wasp, Texas Radio and the Big Beat. Great song. Riders on the Storm, great song. A lot of good songs on this. But I was happy to finally get an original of this album from '71. So anyway, good stuff here. So anyway, that is the latest adventures from the Vinyl Hunter, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll be back next time with another version of the Vinyl Hunter. We'll see you then, and take care, and Godspeed, everybody.